everyone, and welcome back to Butchery 101. I'm really hoping that the audio holds up, but I did test it out in the regular, oh my gosh, we have some wildlife behind me. Anyway, so I did test it out earlier, so please let me know in the comments if you have trouble hearing or, just if there's anything to distract me. But what I really wanted to do was include y'all in this amazing work week that I'm getting to have. So if anybody is just catching up, I've had the immense privilege to get to work from the road this week by courtesy of Storyville Kids, who's actually my dear friend, and she was so sweet and gifted me a couple days at this beachside resort, which has been really lovely. Hi Caitlin, please let me know if the audio is okay. But yeah, anyway, so we're working from the road, and if you have kids or you need like family-friendly content, Storyville Kids is really great. She does they have many series, but one of them that is I think my favorite is that they do like live readings, or like she'll read a storybook that like your kid maybe wants to listen to, and so they're pretty much doing the bedtime story work for you. So yeah, hit them up, Storyville Kids. But today for our live stream, I know that normally I do news every week, which I love getting everybody informed for the week on their meat news. But this week, because I'm on vacation, I wanted to take a little vacation with our content, and our vacation, it's a working vacation, which I'm still prepping up for my week-long stay at Quillisascut Farm. And so what I wanted to do was read you a couple excerpts from the book called Chefs on the Farm. It's this one. It's this book. Sorry, I don't know which way what orientation you'll be using. It's better to do it landscape, though, I tell you that much. So I've been reading this book, which includes a lot of recipes based on the farm goods that they grow and create there. And there's also a few excerpts. Hello, welcome. A few excerpts from past attendees about the cool experiences that they had. And so what I wanted to do today was read you a couple excerpts of specifically the meat and butchery experiences that these folks have had. So first, I do want to just, shout out to Storyville Kids for gifting us this wonderful location to work from. This is the Washington coast right behind me, and I'm loving it to pieces. I just want to make sure that we have all of our announcements out. Storyville Kids, Kid Stories, Quillisascut. Okay, so the reason that we're doing Quillisascut book excerpts is that I'm going there at the end of the month. And I'm prepping up for it, and y'all should come too. They have a few spots available in the Culinary 101 workshop coming up in mid-August. That goes from August 11th to August 15th. There are tons of really, really generous scholarships, so that you don't have to worry about paying the whole thing if you're trying to stay budget friendly. I totally understand, but it's a really fantastic experience, especially for anybody who wants to know more about what it takes to grow their food, especially when it comes to produce, and yes, definitely when it comes to meat. There's not a ton of meat work on this workshop, but that's kind of the point, I think. So anyway, sorry if it's windy. Sorry that it is windy. So let's read through this excerpt entitled Butchering, A Student's Perspective by Joanna Mook, Seattle Culinary Academy student. Also, for the record, this book was published in 2008, and so I don't know what Ms. Joanna is up to these days, but if you are her, or if you know her, or them, please hit me up. I would love to catch up and see what y'all have done with your Quillisascut education. Okay, so this is an excerpt entitled Butchering, A Student's Perspective. We had butchered the lamb earlier that week and broken down the carcass. I think I was still in awe from the whole experience. How many beginning culinary students, or chefs for that matter, have the chance to witness the process from start to finish? How many professional cooks get to fabricate an entire carcass, actually seeing firsthand where every cut of meat originates? How many people recognize that the whole process, when done with tenderness, respect, and skill, is unbelievably clean and uncannily beautiful? It was the last thing I had expected. When I read 6 a.m. Butcher Lamb on the agenda for the second day at the Quillisascut Farm School, I felt uneasy. I was looking forward to milking goats. I was looking forward to making cheese. I was looking forward to harvesting fresh produce from the gardens and cooking amazing meals. I was even looking forward to a lecture about composting. I was not looking forward to butchering a lamb. Who would? Me. Lambs are cute and fuzzy, and I wasn't so sure I was prepared to get emotionally attached to my dinner. Was it so wrong to just purchase a beautiful rack from the butcher and get enough satisfaction from Frenching the bones to perfection without actually seeing its gentle eyes and soft wool? Of course it's not wrong, and it's the most practical option for most of us carnivorous city dwellers. But there is one thing I am absolutely sure of, that the meat from the lamb was the best dinner I have ever eaten in my life, and the meal satisfied much more than just my belly. 12 new friends sat around a cozy table and had the feast of our lives. A crudité platter harvested straight from the garden, overflowing with baby eggplants, tender haricot vert, 4 rosy shades of beets, perfect fingerling potatoes, and a rainbow of heirloom tomatoes, accompanied by fromage blanc, straight from the goats we had risen so early to milk, poblano chilies, stuffed with homegrown potatoes, and quote-unquote no-name Quillisascut cheese, the nameless curado that was so delicious it became famous to us in spite of its missing identity, olive-thyme levain that had been freshly baked in a wood-burning oven that doubled as a warm bench for after-dinner stargazing, and of course, the main course, a perfectly grilled rack of lamb. Practically everything that was on the table had originated from the farm. We had come in direct contact with every morsel that was going into our bodies that night. No meal had ever felt so complete. I get goosebumps when I think back to that dinner in particular and the farm school experience as a whole. Nothing has ever changed my life in such a tangible and succinct way. I was able to walk away with conviction and direction, passion and motivation, sitting down to a meal and truly experiencing the philosophy of quote-unquote farm to table is magical, even if it gets emotionally attached. Even if it means getting emotionally attached to the main course. So I really love this excerpt from the book, particularly because it does describe an experience of the butchery process from the perspective of somebody who doesn't do this for a living necessarily. Like, obviously she was a student at Seattle Culinary Academy, but she is not herself a butcher by trade. She didn't enter into the culinary field with meat and animals in mind, but I really love that this shows that perspective from like an unindoctrinated member of the culinary world, and yeah, I think it's just like super sweet and relatable. Oh my gosh, it is like so windy out here, fam. I mean, I'm loving it, but dang, it is windy. So sorry if the audio is weird. Okay, so before we continue and read the next excerpt, which is entitled "This Ain't No Chick-fil-A," because for those who don't know, you do two animal harvests at Quillisascut Farm School. One is the ram or lamb or sheep butchery demo, and then the other one is their chicken and fowl or other farm bird harvesting day, which both are really great, but the bird one is the one where you get hands-on experience, whereas the sheep or ram, we don't get to witness the stick and the stun and stick, but you do get to participate in like the evisceration and dressing, so that's definitely very educational. Okay, but before we continue with the next excerpt regarding the farm bird harvest, I want to just take a moment really quick to do a couple channel announcements for Butchery 101. As some of you know, we don't normally go live anymore on Instagram. We go live on YouTube, which I've really enjoyed going live on YouTube, but today, because we're on the road, mobile streaming is only available via Instagram right now, and so here we are. So I just want to let y'all know about some stuff. If you are watching this on YouTube, I really hope you are, because what it's going to happen is that I'm going to try to download this video from Instagram so that I can post it onto YouTube. And I just wanted to give you guys a little taste of the experience that I'm getting to have by live streaming out here on the beach, which has been an absolutely magical experience for me. And so, I just wanted to have y'all along. Okay, so really quick, some Butchery 101 business announcements. We are now in the midst of planning our very first in-person whole pig butchery class since the before times, and I am so excited for it. It's being put on by the Northwest School kitchen staff by Chef Bethany Fong. You can find them on Instagram to see like what it is that they do with their food for the students in their program, and I think it's a really cool thing that she's taken the time to commission this like really fun and educational experience for her cooking staff, because most cooking professionals like just have never had the opportunity to see a whole pig breakdown or a whole animal breakdown, and I think it's like really admirable for her to be coordinating that for her staff. It'll be featuring a local well-raised pig by Alluvial Farms. I'll try to tag them at some point when this recording goes live. And they're harvested by IGFC, or Island Grown Farmers Co-op, which all reports say that is a really lovely co-op to work with if you are a farmer in the North Cascades region. If you have such needs to be a part of a farmers co-op, I highly recommend as well. Fun fact, Island Grown Farmers Co-op is who spearheaded or who piloted the mobile slaughter unit program, and they pretty much invented mobile slaughter for WSDA and USDA animal harvesting, and the people who are running it now are really fantastic at their job, and all of the animals that they harvest are very respectfully and humanely harvested on site, like at the farm at which they had grown up, and so that's actually like the most humane and kind way to perform harvest and slaughter, and so I highly recommend patronizing any farm or business that uses their product or utilizes their service, and that product is going to be really top notch. So IGFC, or Island Grown Farm Co-op, their online presence is kind of hard to find, but if you're buying from a farm that utilizes their service, they will tell you that they use Island Grown. Just an FYI, private classes for Butchery 101 are available if you want to hit me up, either DM me here or email me at hello@butchery101.com. And I wanted to throw out a question for y'all. Would you be interested in pork shares if I were to offer that service for y'all? I would source meat from really wonderful local farms, like the ones that I've been building relationships with over the last few years. Likely will be harvested by IGFC or someone else of that nature. And I would love to see if anybody would be interested in doing pork shares through Butchery 101, because I know it's July. We just had July 4th now, but other holidays are coming up this fall, and so I'm kind of thinking somewhere in the middle of fall to mid to late fall, maybe doing some pork share programs in the local Seattle area. So please let me know. And then finally, second to last, for Patreons today, we are doing a live stream where I'll be breaking down a whole rabbit by Valley Farmstead. Speaking of excellent local farms, Valley Farmstead is really amazing. Again, I will tag them in the recording of this. So I'll be breaking down a rabbit. Again, I'm not in my normal location, but it is very possible to eat well and source your product well, even though you're on vacation, especially if you have the luxury of being somewhere like Washington, the coast of Washington, where it's pretty accessible to get good meat and produce. I'll be breaking down a rabbit during that live stream, and after that, I'll also be doing the cooking and other preparations and storage, and posting that information and photos and videos from that on the Butchery 101 exclusive Instagram account just for Patreons. I'll also link that in the description below. But yeah, it's pretty great because I show you how to butcher meat at home, including all of the logistics. And today I'm really excited to do this from an off-site location where I have to kind of like work with what is available to me. Because yeah, honestly, that is sometimes the reality of your cooking situation. But again, it is super duper possible, and yeah, I'm really excited to have you all aboard. If you want to become a Patreon, it would super duper help out our channel, and it's a really lovely thing for Butchery 101 and me as a business owner. So if you want to become a Patreon, head over to the link in my bio, Butchery 101. Patreon.com/butchery101 and become a Patreon. There's quite a variety of benefits on offer, and so yeah, check it out, see where you fit in, and yeah, I hope you do join. And then finally, I'm also thinking of piloting a program through Butchery 101 where this business will offer personal/private chefing and vacation shopping for y'all, because I'm kind of realizing, like, as when I go on vacation, I often have to go to the grocery store really often, and I would kind of love it if someone else would handle that process for me. So let me know in the comments, or message me or email me, and let me know if you would appreciate somebody else doing the shopping and meal planning for your vacation as well. Okay, again, I super apologize for any weird audio because it is definitely getting windy. Yeah, it's bananas. I'm trying to go kayaking later, and I'm like nervous now that it's not going to work out. But anyway, so let's finish today with a reading from the Quillisascut book, Chefs on the Farm, Recipes and Inspiration from the Quillisascut Farm School of Domestic Arts. And it's a really great book. Oh my gosh, I'll try to show you. It has recipes that featuring farm fresh ingredients and that are heavily seasonal, and so it's a really great resource if you yourself want to cook and eat more seasonal food. But this particular excerpt is by Chef Becky Selengut, entitled "This Ain't No Chick-fil-A." Becky Selengut, chef. Oh, and here's a little bit about Chef herself. Becky Selengut, chef and founder of the seasonal foods website seasonalcornucopia.com, which has become popular with chefs and farmers, kept a journal during her stay at Quillisascut Farm that captures the lively experience of butchering her first chicken. 5:45 a.m. This ain't no Chick-fil-A. So it's chicken butchering time here on the farm, and back home at this time I'd be hours from waking up. Regardless, here I am, handing over 10-pound plus chickens to Rick as he lays them down over a 2x4, and while his left hand holds them by the legs, his right swings the hatchet. Skip ahead if you are faint of stomach. I had always heard that chickens still move around when they lose their heads. But I imagined that to be some reflexive moments, sort of subtle like. Lesson 1. Chickens go freaking crazy. Head off, Rick holding its feet. The chicken is flapping its wings full force for a disturbing minute at least. Okay, lesson 2. If you unintentionally, or later intentionally, press down on a chicken's cavity when plucking it, it can cackle aloud just like a live chicken. Apparently its voice box, or voice box equivalent, does not need a head to function. This happened inadvertently to someone's chicken on the table when we were working, and we all jumped back in horror. We dipped the chickens in scalding hot water to loosen the feathers and set to plucking them, which takes a really long time. Whereas the lamb is very clean to butcher, the chicken is dirty, dirty, dirty. The only real way to remove all the internal organs is to just dig them out carefully with your hands, trying really hard to not puncture the intestines. I am treated to an unexpected surprise when I pull my hand out and see 2 small oval sacs. What are these? Oh great, those are the chicken balls. They're a tasty delicacy, says Rick. Later, I fry them up in butter and learn another important lesson. Always poke a small hole in each chicken testicle before you fry them. Basically, they just got bigger and tighter in the pan until I exploded them, spraying hot butter all over myself and anyone within a 10-foot radius. What was left was certainly tasty, though. Meanwhile, Jet the puppy runs back and forth with a chicken in her mouth. I think that is a weirdly graphic but also very accurate description of the experience of harvesting your own farm birds, especially if you've never done that before. And so I'm really glad y'all were able to listen in on that noise. Again, that was an excerpt from Chefs on the Farm, this book all about the Quillisascut Farm School. I'll be attending their farm school at the end of July for their Chefs of Color workshop. And if you want to go and have a really amazing experience on a farm and learn about where your food comes from, they do have room in their Culinary 101 Professionals workshop in mid-August. I think it's from the 11th to the 15th. And I think they do also allow some really if you happen to be a really skilled and passionate home chef, I think you're welcome to hit them up for that workshop as well. But they do also happen to have really, really generous scholarships available if you're on a budget but still want to learn about your food. So anyway, that's about it for today's Butchery 101 live stream. I'm going to get out of this wind and hopefully the audio is still good on this live stream. And Patreons, please don't forget to join in a couple hours. Actually, probably less than an hour or so for the rabbit butchery breakdown in a hotel kitchen.